I don't necessarily believe that the visitors are a direct correlation to the blue-green algae. What I believe we need to do is there's been an education process. 14 years ago, when I decided to get involved in government, there's two aspects when you look at pollution, okay? One's water quality and one's water quantity, okay? Water quality is communities like Estero and Sanibel deal with fertilizer, deal with stormwater runoff, deal with septic, okay? Deal with the issues, reclaim water that are on golf courses that are high in nutrients. You have to first and foremost address water quality. When I was mayor of Sanibel, we're 100% sewered. We had one of the strictest fertilizer programs. You cannot get a license as a landscaper unless you passed our fertilizer program, okay? Furthermore, reclaim water, we invested $27 million in a plan to take the reclaimed water, remove the phosphate nitrogen, and then obviously reuse that water. So obviously we're not polluting the environment. We furthermore went to our rivers. We had 73 rivers in Sanibel and started to put marshes in there, which is also known as stormwater treatments, right inside the river to try to clean that up. Those are the things we did. When I went to Tallahassee and Washington, I advocated for the water quantity. Those are the massive projects we need. Those, we heard things like C43, making sure we have a stormwater runoff, a stormwater treatment, I'm sorry, the EAA, okay, which is going to be the southern reservoir. Each community needs to really play a role. When I was president of the Florida League of Mayors, 412 cities, I adopted challenging all communities to do what you need to do inside your community, okay? We all want green grass. Are you willing to not have it fertilized during the blackout period of time? What's Estero doing to implement and force those rules? Again, each community plays a role in that because at the end of the day, is building having an impact? Absolutely. Our increase in population, but if we follow the rules, okay, and everybody takes an active role, there's no reason we shouldn't have those. And listen, we were front and center. Blue-green algae was at, red tide certainly. And what happens when you have phosphate and nitrogen, it fuels obviously the red tide. You might as well put gasoline on top of a fire, okay? I had hundreds of millions of pounds of fish wash up on my beach when I was mayor of Sanibel, okay? I never saw so much wildlife. It all started with a 27-foot whale shark that washed up on my beach. When the National Weather Department wants to meet me, and this isn't like local, this is the national, and talk about red tide, I understand our problem. But again, Sanibel is the catcher's mitt. We're at the end of the run. So if coming down from us, why did I start years ago putting the mayors together and then trying to go to other things? I put together the largest compact in Florida's history with 163 people. All the people that are around Lake O, okay, the whole horseshoe, try to have them be involved. This is far too important because it's our quality of life. It obviously impacts our local economy because of tourism. And more importantly, it impacts our biggest investment, which is our real estate. Prices over the real estate. We need to obviously, each mayor, each city needs to have an active role. You just can't say, we have blue-green algae, it's someone else's fault. Look internally and see how you're helping. And honestly, I've been working with a lot of your leaders, certainly your first mayor, Nick Betos, your most recent mayor, Bill Ribble, trying to have them very much engaged so all the cities are together. What I'm going to do on the counties, because I was able to put all the cities together, I'm part of a county coalition. There's 19 of us. I got on that. Again, I'm here 6 weeks, but I want to bring all the counties together because if we all can come on the same page and start to have some of the same processes and then advocate for the projects are going to certainly take care of a lot of the issues you're talking about because the runoff that you receive that contribute to the blue-green algae is really water that's coming down from the Caloosahatchee when we have to have those releases. With a C43 and the ability to actually clean some of the water, it will at least slow down the process, do all we can. Furthermore, we are working very closely with the South Water Management District, okay? That whole entire board got fired. Governor DeSantis came in. We all have new board members. Chauncey Goss is the chairman. He used to be on Sanibel. We're on council together. Most people know Portergoss, his father. Drew Bartlett is the executive director. The mission there is certainly for water quality. So the landscape has changed. Unfortunately, we can't undo what we did to Mother Nature. What we can do is have it rebound if we all take an active role. and not necessarily. So look, I always say, look within your local cities, Bonita, Estero, Fort Myers Beach, have them take care of that. And if everybody does their part, we'll certainly we'll be on the road to, a much better environment than we have right now. But I agree with you. It has gotten worse, but I also think it's worse because we're not willing to make the hard choices.